So let's continue with question 8 of the CSEC June 2024 Math Paper 2. So we did part A, where we were given two functions. F of x is 2x minus 1 over 3 and g of x is 5 minus x squared. We found g of 2, f inverse of 3, and f g of x. So let's look at part 3 of part A. Sketch the graph of the function g of x in the space provided below. On your sketch, indicate the maximum or minimum point and the roots of the function. Okay, and this is worth 3 marks. So let's remind ourselves of what g of x is. So g of x is the function 5 minus x squared. Now this is a quadratic curve, and because a, that is the coefficient of x squared, is -1, it means the maximum. So it will be an upside down u. So let's determine the roots of the function. The roots of the function will be when g of x is equal to 0. So therefore, when 5 minus x squared is equal to 0, therefore x squared will be equal to 5, and therefore x will be plus or minus the square root of 5. And let me just get my calculator. Okay, we're going to have to estimate this on the graph. So square root of 5, I think, will be 2 point something. Let's see. So square root of 5 is 2.236. So plus or minus 2.236, right? Because we're going to have to estimate that on our curve. So the curve will cut the x-axis at plus or minus 2.236. And the maximum point Alright, now before we find the maximum point, actually, let's find the y-intercept. The y-intercept will be when x is 0, and if x is 0 here, then y will be equal to 5. So therefore the y-intercept is 5. Now the maximum point actually will be 0, 5, because this graph is actually similar to the graph of y is equal to minus x squared, which is actually symmetrical about the x-axis. All right, I actually drew it incorrect. This is what the graph of minus x squared is supposed to look like. So the graph of 5 minus x squared will just move in at 5 units up, so it will look actually like this. So the maximum point actually will be here at 0, 5. Right, and then we have our roots. Okay, so let's put in some numbers on this graph. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. Alright, so that's sufficient for our sketch. So we said that the maximum point is going to be 0, 5. Let me actually do this in a different color. Then we have our two roots, plus or minus 2.236. So 2.236, and then negative 2.236. Okay, so therefore our curve will look like that. Okay, so of course this is not a perfect sketch, right? It's just an estimate.